I'd like to call the work session meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Romanek?
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Here.
Commissioner Sui?
Here.
Vice Mayor Watson?
Here.
Commissioner Casabun?
Here.
May you please rise to salute the flag of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
There are none, Mayor.
Presentation, seeing none, I will now move towards public comment on the agenda items only. Anybody from the public would like to comment on agenda items, please come to the podium, state your name, address your concerns. Please limit your concerns to approximately 5 minutes. Seeing no one, I will close public comment on agenda items only. Discussion of commissioners. Go ahead, Commissioner Hewitt.
Thank you, Mayor. Made another stop by, I'll repeat this later tonight, made another stop by Play Streets today. I gotta tell you that the foam company has gotta be the best thing that's ever happened for the kids at these events, because they just love it.
I saw pictures and
I mean, they were walking around and with the foam all over their bodies, and they weren't even in the foam. That was some good foam today. So I made a stop by there. And, I'll wait for the rest for later. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt. Commissioner Sui,
Nothing at this time.
Commissioner Casabun,
Nothing at this time.
Vice Mayor Watson.
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Yeah, Play Streets looked, it seemed like the overcast or the haze that we had today was welcomed, and I saw the foam. It looked like almost like 2 to 3 feet high.
Oh, it was,
And just like the entire street almost,
look,
like
it
width-wise.
disappeared.
That was really nice to see. Brightened my day. I will wait till a further meeting to express what happened. New business, seeing nothing. We have now reached the public comment portion of our meeting. Anyone who would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name, and address your concerns. Please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes, and thank you.
Good evening, Angeline Broomhall, Millville. Just to clarify, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone in my family or anything like that. There's been, but we know we're in campaign season, right? We know we're full on, we have like 25 candidates, it's fabulous. I think it's great because it's good to see public interest. I do have to share my concern. There's a rumor that one of the candidates has been spending hours with department heads. And while I really appreciate that we're open to the public, and I've taken advantage of that before. I've sat with, our CFO before and gone over things and whatnot, regardless. But I am concerned that it's being used for campaigning, and I am concerned with some of the things I'm hearing back that there's, and it all may not be true. Let's just put that out there too, but I just wanted to share my concerns, that it sounds, according to rumor, that some departments are talking about each other, and I'm just hoping that maybe you guys, as directors of your department, could maybe squash that a little bit. Like, the last thing we need, and you don't have to vote for my family member. That's not what this is about, I swear. But I'm just asking, just talk to them. Let's keep the bickering at least let's keep City Hall together. We can campaign out there and fight out there in the streets, but at least in City Hall, let's try to keep them together. And let's keep in mind that, our department heads are the top earners. And when we're taking 2-3 hours away from them being able to do their job, that does cost us all. So that's all I ask. Do what you want with that. Thank you so much.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, Angel, do you have any suggestion as what we should actually do
And
to stop that? I mean,
yeah.
that we can't tell people
No, of
from the
course
public
not.
not to talk to department heads, candidates or
Absolutely.
not, right? So
Right.
how do you suggest we handle that?
My only request, and I think it's great that we're open to the public. I've always loved that about the employees here for years. My request is for the city itself, though, to keep the peace in here, is that maybe you guys could speak to the department heads and just ask them, just keep the let's not talk about each other, right? Let's just say, hey, I think we could maybe, I'd like to see us invest more in potholes, or I think this is the machine I might like.
Do their job first and then.
Right, like, let's
cater.
not say, oh, I don't like this one because she has long hair or whatever, she's always on break and he's always, driving around. I don't want them doing that with each other. I think that's gonna reflect poorly on performance here, because I know I wouldn't like it. And that's all, I mean, that's about all you can do, I'm sure.
Well,
you know?
I appreciate what you're saying, but I will tell you, there are always
Of course.
unpeaceful moments between
Right.
staff at City Hall.
Which is even more of a reason why now that we try not to do that. It's a very tense time for employees. Election time is hard for them. They're going to be getting new bosses soon, and that's scary. And they're watching this election just as close, if not more close, than anyone, because this affects everyone directly. And I just don't want to see that just stir up more. I'm not trying to campaign here. I am really genuinely concerned.
I understand you, Ms. Brumont.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
connecting
you.
to you one-on-one, and I understand.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much.
I can give an example. When we were running, the original group, I walked into the firehouse on a workday, which firehouse is a workday every day, 24 hours a day. And I asked if I could get signatures on a petition. You know what I was told by the chief at the time, Mike Lippincott? Be glad to sign your petitions, but not on company time, come to my house. That's just the reply I got. And then I didn't go any farther with anybody, and I took that and I just made it as a whole for the city.
Yeah, I don't think they're coming in asking for petitions to be signed.
Yeah,
I think
but
they're
just
coming
an
in asking
example of what
questions.
I did and the reply I got when it was petition time. It's,
Hello, Tamara Davis. And just to piggyback on what Ms. Broomhall said, it's a touchy line when any department head or employee is discussing their own departments or other employees to a member of the public, in general. I'm not saying that's happening, but in general. So, department heads shouldn't be discussing what any other employee is doing, feeling, working, whatever, at all with anybody, except between them and their employees. So, not saying that this happens, but I really kind of needs to be set out there, just in case the public thinks they can go discuss something. But at any rate, I'm here to briefly, and then please stop me at my 5 minutes, because this might take a minute. On Monday night, the ordinance discussing retail cannabis was introduced at the planning board. And I'm very concerned with the speed of which is this done, that not enough attention is given to exactly what the ordinance states. And I'm going to be clear, I'm not against retail marijuana. I'm not against it. I just think there needs to be a better thought process so it doesn't get pushed through quickly, and it makes it harder for the city, and it makes it harder for anybody that might be interested in coming and opening a retail location. And that's based on what the state says as well as what the ordinance say. First off, I would highly urge you, especially the rest of the commission, that when you do go over it, have the zoning map next to you so you know where the locations are. Because I can't figure out, number one, why you're using the river as the dividing line for east and west, and why you're using Broad Street as the dividing line for north and south. Broad Street is only on the east side of the city, okay? The river is a geographic anomaly. It shouldn't be. Technically, if you use the addresses, Buck Street is the division for east and west Millville. If you go to the, towards the river, across Buck Street, then you're on east and west, but Buck Street is only on the east side. So I think the ordinance has to be a little more detailed as far as the exact locations for any of these highway, commercial, et cetera, because it's going to open up some confusion. It really will. And are you discussing the fact that Broad Street, like the crow flies across the river? Or, are you considering the river a straight line, which it's not? All right, so a couple of examples. First of all, the regional commercial district. From what I see, we only have one, and that's where 47 and 55 meet. And according to the conditions that you're stating, is 2 cannabis retailers are permitted east of the Morris River. Well, there's no river there. That's the lake.
it's also
Okay.
not zoned for that area.
Well, yes, it says right here, you're going to allow it. I mean,
Correct.
as part of the,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
And the cannabis retail located north of Broad, okay, which it happens to be. So, and we only have one right now. I guess you can always add another regional commercial district, but it just by the nature of it, it is north of Broad. Now, here's the other thing that bothers me and concerns me with it. And this is just particularly this particular district, regional commercial. The cannabis retail should not be and this is from the state. The cannabis retail should not be located on site or proposed site that would place the retailer's premises in or upon any premises that operates a grocery store, deli, indoor food market, or other store engaging in retail sales of food. Now, I understand these are conditions. I get it. Okay, but if the state law says in or upon any premises, now, no one on the planning board could tell me, give me a good reason, a good explanation what in or upon means. In, I get, inside, okay? But upon, all right, to me, and I'm no expert, okay, I'm not the state, I know I should call the state, but upon means on the same property. Well, the regional commercial district has ShopRite, plus a few eateries. So if the state is already saying it shouldn't be there, why are you even considering it, okay? And I know it's, if someone comes in and tries to get a variance, that's true, but, it's going to be a fine line there. Now, my other concerns are the neighborhood commercial districts. There's, from my count, and from what I can see on the zoning map, there's 7, okay? But again, they're on the same, some of them are located on the western part of the city, okay, on the western side of the river. But how can we tell if it's north or south of Broad? Because Broad is only on the eastern side. And the particular location I'm referring to is the neighborhood commercial at West Main and Sharp, okay? Now, of course, another condition is 300 feet up to a school, a daycare, okay, and a church. Well, Sharp, Maine has a school and a church. And I guess it's Carmel too, and then a little further up, okay? Now, Mr. Watson, I know your stance on this, and I appreciate it and I respect it, but I really wish that you would give it the time to read it as well, because it does affect the future of the city. So I hope you don't just ignore it because you're straight up not in agreement with cannabis in general. The other one that concerns me,
1 minute remaining, Ms. Davis.
sure, okay, I'll do it quick. 9th and Broad, that's another neighborhood district. Half of it is north of Broad, the other half is south. Well, how do you differentiate that? And then it's surrounded by residents. And then many of these, like South 2nd and Orange, well, that borders a business enterprise zone. And business enterprise zones, you're not putting on these same conditions. So it can get confusing. So my suggestion is, I know time is running out, is to really look at these neighborhood, what is it called? Neighborhood commercial areas, and maybe eliminate from them altogether, just strictly out of confusion, and maintain it in the regional commercial district, in the highway commercial district, and mind you, some of these neighborhood commercials border highway commercial. So, why do that? And you're allowing it everywhere in the airport and obviously the business enterprise. So maybe just remove it from neighborhood commercial altogether and just keep it at the rest of the areas. So I'm sorry I went over time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Seeing no one else, I will close public comment. Closing comment, commissioners? Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes, to address, Angel, I already addressed my part for you. Tam, I was a bit disappointed when some of us sitting up here sat till, I believe it was like 11:30 that night when the planning board was examining the cannabis zoning, and I took it when I went to the microphone, as a resident also, after sitting here all night. People actually left that were interested in cannabis because it was going so long. It was a bit disappointing when basically they threw it back to the commission to make the decisions. And I mentioned that, and I sort of got pummeled in my questions. I thought that the planning board would make this solid, and it's, as you state, it's not. I agree with you. There needs to be some things looked at, you know. Some of us up here, Commissioner Sui put a lot of time into cannabis. I put a lot of time into cannabis. The mayor sits on the planning board. And it's,
It's his turn to speak. Thank you. You had your time to talk.
but I do agree. It needs to be examined a little bit more, I think. I agree with you. Just to where it can be. That's all I have right now.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt. Commissioner Sui.
Nothing at this time.
Commissioner Casabun.
Nothing at this time.
Vice Mayor Watson.
No, thank you.
Ms. Davis, I'll explain to you in person. Seeing nothing else, resolutions, please. I'm staring at the agenda.
A resolution authorizing closed session for the following matter: discussion of DRBA negotiations discussion, contract negotiation, and attorney-client privilege.
Make motion.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Casabun?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.